welcome to the Pulse of Africa community. I hope you're doing great today. If you're joining us for the first time, don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe to stay informed and connected to Africa's most important news reports. Your engagements will help this video to reach more people. Thank you very much. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the transitional leader of Burkina Faso, delivered a thunderous speech that is already shaking the foundations of West African politics. His words were not simply a statement of national policy, but a fiery declaration aimed directly at the economic community of West African states, better known as Ecowas, the African Union, and Western powers including France and the United States. I don't want to speak much on it. Let's listen to Captain Ibrahim Traoré in his own words.
Leaders of ECOWAS and those in the West who think they can command us, I speak to you today not with fear, but with fire in my heart. For too long, Africa has been chained. For too long, we have been told how to live, how to govern, and how to survive. They call it diplomacy, they call it partnership. But what it really is control. ECOWAS, the African Union, and those who bow to Western powers, you stand in the name of Africa, but you work against Africans. You claim to represent unity, yet you punish the Sahel States for daring to stand on their own feet. You pretend to defend democracy, yet you protect only those leaders who obey Paris, Washington, and Brussels. Burkina Faso is not your colony. Mali is not your colony. Niger is not your colony. The Sahel is not the backyard of France. And Africa is not the playground of the West. We, the children of Africa, were born free. But we were tied with chains of debt, of fake agreements, of corrupt leaders who care more about their foreign masters than their own people. And now when we, the people of the Sahel, rise up to break those chains, you call us rebels, you call us dictators, you call us threats. No, we are not threats. We are the voice of freedom. When ECOWAS closes borders against us, they are not closing borders for Traore or for Goita or for Tiani. They are closing borders for the farmers, for the traders, for the mothers who cannot buy food, for the children who cannot go to school. That is not African unity. That is betrayal. And to the West, France, the United States, and all who hide behind aid and support, let me be very clear. We are not blind. We see your bases. We see your soldiers. We see your companies taking our gold, our uranium, our land, while our people remain poor. You come with one handful of guns and the other handful of lies, telling us it is for our security. But your real goal is not peace. Your real goal is control. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, we have said no more. No more humiliation, no more false promises. No more using ECOWAS as a stick to beat us into submission. We will not kneel, we will not beg. We will not return to slavery. Our fight is not just for the Sahel. Our fight is for Africa. The sovereignty of one African nation is the sovereignty of all. If Burkina Faso is free, then Ghana must be free. If Mali is free, then Senegal must be free. If Niger is free, then Nigeria must be free. The spirit of Pan-Africanism is alive. It is not just words in books. It is not just songs of the past. It is here. It is now. It is the beating heart of our struggle. And let me tell you this today. No foreign army, no corrupt African leader, no organization controlled by the West will kill that spirit. Africa is awake, the Sahel is awake, and we will not sleep again. I speak to you with no fear and no mask, because the truth must be said even if it shakes the halls of power. You sit in big offices, you travel in big cars, you wear fine suits, and you stand in front of microphones speaking of African unity. But in reality, you are not serving Africa, you are serving Paris, you are serving Washington, you are serving London and Brussels. When Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger chose to take back their destiny, what did you do? You did not come to support your African brothers. You did not come to defend sovereignty. You did not say, these are our nations, we must protect them from foreign interference. No, you came with sanctions, you came with punishments, you closed borders, you froze our accounts. You tried to starve our people, not because we harmed Africa, but because we dared to say no to the West. Is this African unity? Is this Pan-Africanism? No, it is betrayal. When the farmer in Burkina Faso cannot sell his harvest because the border is closed, who suffers? When medicine cannot enter Niger because of your sanctions, who suffers? When students in Mali cannot cross freely to study because of your restrictions, who suffers? It is not the leaders, it is the people, your own African people. You call yourselves the guardians of democracy, but what democracy are you defending? A democracy where foreign embassies decide who wins elections. A democracy where soldiers of France sit in our lands while our people live in poverty. A democracy where leaders kneel before Europe instead of standing tall for Africa. That is not democracy. That is slavery dressed in fine words. Let me say it plain. ECOWAS has become the long hand of the West in Africa. The African Union has become a mirror of European Union, copying their orders instead of protecting African dignity. You are quick to punish Africans who stand up for freedom, but you are slow, very slow, to act when foreign powers steal our wealth, bomb our villages, and kill our people. Where were your sanctions against France? Where were your sanctions against America? Where were your sanctions against those who have bled Africa for centuries? If Africa is weak today, it is because of leaders who sell Africa for personal gain. It is because of leaders who sit in Ecowas meetings nodding their heads to every command from Paris. It is because of leaders who fear the West more than they love their own people. But let me tell you this, the Sahel will not follow that road. We have chosen another path, the path of dignity, the path of sovereignty, the path of unity built not on foreign approval but on African truth. Our people are ready to suffer if suffering means freedom. Our people are ready to fight if fighting means independence. Our people are ready to die if dying means Africa will live. This is the sacrifice our ancestors made, and this is the sacrifice we are ready to continue. To Ecowas and the African Union, I say this: you cannot silence the Sahel. You cannot isolate us. You cannot scare us. The more you press us, the stronger we become. The more you betray us, the clearer Africa sees who you truly are. And I tell you today, before Africa and before the world, the time of false leaders is ending. The time of puppets is ending. The time of Africa's real sons and daughters has come. My African brothers and sisters, the time has come for us to stop begging for respect. Respect is not given by oppressors. Respect is taken by free people. For hundreds of years, we have been told that Africa is poor, that Africa is weak, that Africa cannot stand without the hand of Europe or America. But look around you. Africa is not poor. Africa is rich. Rich in gold, in oil, in uranium, in diamonds, in land, in rivers, in sunlight. Rich in the strength of its people, rich in the wisdom of its ancestors. It is not Africa that is poor. It is our leadership that is poor in courage. It is our institutions that are poor in dignity. It is our politics that are poor in loyalty to Africa. And this poverty of spirit is what the West uses to control us. They use fear, they use lies, they use weak men to break the backbone of our nations. But today, that time is ending. The Sahel has stood up. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. We have shown that even under sanctions, even under threats, even under isolation, we can survive. We can resist, we can unite. And our unity is not only for the Sahel. It is a light for Africa. It is a message to Ghana, to Nigeria, to Senegal, to Congo, to South Africa. Africa can stand. Pan-Africanism is not a dream of yesterday. It is the need of today. Kwame Nkrumah called for it. Thomas Sankara fought for it. Patrice Lumumba died for it. And now we, the sons and daughters of this generation, must live for it. We must build an Africa where no foreign soldier decides our future. We must build an Africa where no Western bank controls our money. We must build an Africa where no puppet leader sells the destiny of his people for a foreign medal. We must build an Africa where a child in Ouagadougou, a farmer in Bamako, a mother in Niamey, a worker in Accra, all can say, this is our land, this is our freedom, this is our Africa. And to those in the West who still believe Africa will kneel forever, hear me well, you are wrong. You may have stolen our resources, but you will not steal our soul. You may have killed our leaders, but you will not kill our spirit. You may try to divide us, but we are uniting stronger than ever. Ecowas, African Union. If you cannot walk with the people, then step aside. If you cannot defend Africa, then Africa will defend itself. If you cannot speak the truth, then the people will raise leaders who will speak it loud. The freedom of Burkina Faso is not complete until Africa is free. The freedom of Mali is not complete until Africa is free. The freedom of Niger is not complete until Africa is free. We are one body. When one part is chained, the whole body suffers. When one part breaks the chain, the whole body rises. I say to the youth of Africa, this is your time. Do not be afraid. Do not wait for permission. Do not believe the lie that Africa cannot stand. You are the strength. You are the future. You are the fire that will burn away the chains of colonialism and neocolonialism. And I say to the West, to France, to America, to all who try to control us, Africa is not your farm. Africa is not your mine. Africa is not your laboratory. Africa is not your experiment. Africa is free. Africa is rising. Africa is for Africans. So let this be clear. We will fight for our land. We will fight for our dignity. We will fight for our children. And we will not stop until Africa is fully free.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we close this report, the question before us is not just about Burkina Faso or even about the Sahel. It is about Africa's future. Captain Traoré's speech challenges Africans everywhere to ask, who truly governs Africa? Do our leaders serve the people, or do they serve foreign masters? Can Africa rise on its own, or will we remain in the shadow of colonial powers forever? His words are a call to unity, to courage, and to dignity. Whether you agree with him or not, one thing is undeniable. His voice has ignited a fire that cannot easily be put out. And so, we put the question to you, our viewers. Is this the dawn of a truly free Africa, or is it the beginning of deeper division? Join the conversation, share your thoughts, like this video, and subscribe to Pulse of Africa for more of this coverage. And most importantly, let us not remain silent. because silence, as Captain Traore himself has shown, is the greatest weapon.